Guys, it's Rich here at the Collector Car Gallery in Fort Wayne, Indiana. We're looking at this 1977 K5 Blazer for potential online buyer. Just like all of our videos, and excuse our dust here, we're still kind of settling in with some, we got a little dust in the shop. Just like all of our videos, we are going to start right here at the driver's side front fender and just kind of work our way around the vehicle. You're going to see everything I see. What these videos lack in production value, hopefully they're just transparent to the customer. I cannot stress enough for anybody who's looking at buying a vehicle online, sight unseen, something like that. Make the person you're buying the car from, whether you buy this car or not, make the person you're buying the car from do exactly what I'm doing. Make them show you everything wrong. Be very, very aware of the person that says it's perfect. It doesn't need anything. It looks amazing, right? I think this vehicle looks amazing, but we're going to find something. I look at cars all day long. We're going to find something wrong with this car in some places somewhere, okay? You can also check out my podcast, Hit the Road with Rich Dolson. It's on WOWO Radio. It's going to start airing again here on Sunday mornings. And we talk about all this kind of stuff and the car culture and buying and selling cars online and the dangers and how to protect yourself that way. So, back to our 77 Blazer. Let's look at the fit here of the hood. All right, starting at the driver's side front. Fit of the hood looks pretty uniform on both sides. Maybe a little tighter over here, but not tight. There's no clearance issues that I can see. As far as dents, dings, anything like that, the paint on this car is showing very nicely. We'll get you some daylight here also in a little bit to show. Looks like I have... So, okay, there's one dimple right here that we can get rolled out. That's an easy one. Let's see if we can pick it up on the camera. Getting one of these glares. Well, it's very, very discreet looking, but it's maybe just a little, almost like a little acorn or something like that, you know, bounced on it. Easy enough to get rolled out. We can take care of that. All right. We're going to move on down the driver's side, but first we're going to take a look at this chrome. Chrome on this car looks like new. I mean, it's in very, very good condition. I don't see any pits or anything like that. Got a little bit of dust on it, but that's about it. But it looks very, very nice. I don't see any flakes, any pits, anything like that. The headlight bucket here. So this is probably an original piece. This one probably could use a rechrome. You can see the pits in there. Again, here's the magic of the camera though. I mean, I'm arm's reach away from the car, and if I were to just snap a picture right here, you'd say everything looks great, and a dealer could tell you that looks perfect. But as I'm bringing it in close, you can see some of these pits in the chrome right here, okay? That wouldn't be a big deal. I probably wouldn't get those re-chromed. It's probably a very, very readily available piece that you could just purchase and just drop right in there yourself if you wanted to. Or you could have me do it if you'd like. So, looking down the side of this vehicle, pretty straight. I don't see any major deviations in the body or anything like that. Vehicle's been repainted, but what I like is I can tell this vehicle's been taken apart to be painted, okay? So when we look at, you know, there's no tape lines around pieces. I mean, some of this stuff is really hard to get out of the vehicle. And so the windshield was out, everything was out. You can see that the car was disassembled to be painted. So we're gonna get it on a lift for you guys too. But as I'm looking down the driver's side, I don't see any blemishes. We'll get down there low when it's on the lift. That's the best place to look at that. And then we'll walk around the car and then we'll do the interior here second. So this seems to be the factory styling that they went with to paint this hardtop. And again, this was disassembled too. I don't see any tape lines or anything like that here. A lot of people will just put like that rhino lining or bed lining on this, and that's not what this is. This looks like a more a factory appropriate. So, wheel well, stainless, looks like it's very nice. I don't see any tings or dings in there. We'll get under the car here in a little bit, but I got one little, so it's almost not worth noting, but we will. I got one little, you can see this little thing right here, this little stone chip right there. I'm standing up next to the car right now, and again, you can see that, you know, it's pretty much unnoticeable completely. So let me get my other flashlight here, it's a little bit better. Okay, to the rear chrome. Chrome bumper in the back looks great. Nothing to make note of here, really. Just a little smudge on there. A couple smudges, but other than that, nothing is, no flakes, no pitting, not even any like micro pitting, you know? Like I could show you on another car, but you could come in close on some cars and you can see like this micro pitting starting. This one doesn't even have anything like that, so it's pretty nice. Very, very nice, really. Chrome handle looks great. Again, you can tell, you know, all this stuff was off the car. You know, the rubber squeegee here, the gasket, the belt molding here, all looks really, really nice. Got an original style spare. Heck, that might even be the original spare tire. I don't know. It's definitely what it's for, though, is just a spare. Fit back here looks nice. I can't stress enough, guys, make somebody do this. If you're buying a car online, make them do what I'm doing. It's, you know, it's not exactly super hard to do, so it's they should be pointing to things that are wrong with the car or little imperfections maybe. As we look down the passenger side, again, it's pretty unremarkable. It looks really nice. The finish looks great on the car. I don't see any orange peel, any drips, nothing like that. It is base clear. And again, our wheel well molding looks great. We'll get a better look down there at like the pinch weld and the rocker when the car's on a lift. But as far as our passenger side door looks, I don't see any dents or dings that are evident right now. I think it's a killer color too. Like I really, really love this color. I think it's super, you know, retro looking. Very, very nice. Okay, so here's the micro pits I was talking about, right? So like I'm arm's reach away and this chrome looks really good, right? The chrome on the mirror. But as we come in real close and get a light on it, you can kind of see it's got like this micro pitting type stuff, you know? Most people would never even notice that. Most people would say the car's perfect. I mean, look at it, you know? It looks great. This is not a candidate to replace this. I wouldn't replace it, to be honest, personally, but logo looks great. K5 logo looks good. Excuse me. Fit of the door, pretty pleased with that. We'll jump into the interior here also. I do like that. I like it not hearing a bunch of rattling around when I shut the door. So that's great. You know, there's nothing worse than hearing a bunch of junk rattle around in there. Passenger side, front fender looks really nice. Again, same deal with the buckets here, the headlights. Just some pitting down in there. Not a big deal. Got one little stone chip here. Pretty discreet, easily touched up. I don't think there's any issues there. Front bumper looks nice. Yeah, pretty unremarkable in that way. Oh, maybe one little ting right here, you know, some June bug had some serious speed built up and then drilled this thing or something, who knows. Yeah, grill looks nice, everything looks pretty nice as far as this goes. Windshield's in great shape, I don't see any cracks or anything like that. The one thing I noticed on some of these rear windows is these are probably originals, so it wasn't maybe this one. There was some scratches on one of these. Yeah, right here. These are some scratches in this glass right here, right? You know, tree branches, whatever, you name it. I mean, if, you know, somebody's having fun with this thing, it wouldn't be out of the question for a tree branch to come scraping across it every once in a while. So hopefully I'm not making anybody motion sick here walking around this car like this, but let's go ahead and we'll, here's what I want to do for you guys also. Before we dig into the interior, excuse me, let me back up. So hopefully everybody won't get motion sick here. Before we dig into the interior, let's start this thing. And here's what I like to do in my videos, okay? I like to do a cold start. There is nothing more frustrating if you've ever bought a classic car than you show up to go look at the car and they lift the hood and you can tell it's been running, you can tell it's been warmed up, everything's, you know, just the way they like it. I'm pretty confident in this vehicle, but everybody's gonna get a real picture of what's going on either way, okay? If it doesn't start right away, then we'll figure it out, but I think it's gonna start right away because I know the vehicle and I've had it gone through completely. I like to do a cold start, okay? That meaning, here in Indiana, our concrete's here 55 degrees right now. Burr, it's kind of chilly, but there's nothing more frustrating than going out to your car after it's been sitting for 2 weeks and it doesn't want to start. So bear with me here, guys. We'll get this hood up and, all right, excuse me, one moment, please. Okay, we'll look at the engine compartment here real quick, but then we're gonna do a cold start here, okay? As you guys can see, the engine compartment is pretty original with some detailing done to it. We got the factory AC unit, that's great. We got, you know, a little bit of, obviously we got some rust down there on the manifolds, but that's, you know, unless you're gonna get those things ceramic coated or something, that's pretty standard. We'll get a look at the frame rails from underside later on. Let's look at the firewall here. Original color for the vehicle, that's what we're looking at right now. Look at this though, I mean the vehicle was clearly taken apart to be painted. I mean that's all painted surfaces down in there, right? And then not shoddy work either. I mean believe me, I've seen stuff where guys have painted over this kind of stuff and just looks like crap. This was completely disassembled to be painted. I mean everything probably from here up was painted, but if this is original paint, it's really in good shape. Otherwise, somebody just did a really good job of recreating this kind of factory look on this car. Looks really tidy, missing a jack, not a big deal. You'd probably be stranded in this car anyways if you had a flat tire, to be honest. It's kind of a little higher vehicle. Okay, so back to like a squirrel here jumping around. 56 degree concrete here in Indiana. Put this thing right on the manifolds. 57. Right here on this manifold down here. Right. Can't fake making those hot. Right. 57 degrees. Right on the block on the water pump. 56 degrees. Point being here, guys, we want to do a cold start of this vehicle. So nice cold start of this thing. And then I'll leave this hood up so you can hear it running. Just, how about one for good measure, huh? Chugging away. Not bad, huh? Nice. All right, it started. No, I'm just kidding. So, yeah, guys, I love that. Oh, right there, idle bump down like it was supposed to. Yeah, nice, awesome. Sitting here chugging away. Doesn't need to warm up or nothing, it sounds like. No smoke. Killer car. This is a lot of fun. Okay. I don't hear any kind of, you know, I don't hear any like ticking or any exhaust tick or lifter noise or anything like that, so pretty pleased with that. Okay, let's shut this up and we'll dig into the interior here. All right, so now that we have the driver's door open, we're gonna do a slam test here real quick. Ready? It's awesome. Love that nice solid sound. Awesome. I love not hearing anything rattle around in there. We didn't really look at the belt molding and stuff here on the driver's door. Looks great. Window squeegee, window felt looks good. All this looks brand new. I mean, really, look at it. Looks great. Really nice. Some more pits on this stuff here, this vent window knob. Got some pits in it. You kind of see. That's okay. Interior door panel. Looks, looks original or the absolute perfect factory recreation of original. This is looks great. Everything looks nice. Armrest isn't cracked up, nothing like that. Yeah, this isn't new. This is new. There's no way this is original. I mean, I'd be shocked. So, again, you know, guys, we're looking at like, I mean, the car was done right. It was taken apart to be painted. I mean, look at this. You know, it was done well. So that's nice. That's what we like to see. Let's look at. Everybody wants to see this on these Chevys. This pinch weld here, and looks good. I don't see a lot of work done there or anything. Looks pretty nice. While the door's open, let's look at the rocker here. Look at the armpit, make sure it's looking good. Got a little dirt right there, that's all. Clean that up. Weather stripping looks nice. Very nice, really. No issues there. Looks brand new. I like how they did this right, you know, like this is, you see some people put the seams in the wrong place. This is, you know, you want the seam down there where the water's going to drain. I don't see any tape lines here. They must have come all the way in with the paint. We can kind of see a little tape line around the VIN, which is good. You know, I mean, you don't want to do taking the VIN off of cars to do the paint work. So I like that. That's nice. Driver's seat. How funny and how cool is this? Is the styling of this driver's seat? I just love it. I absolutely love it. This is so killer. This kind of plaid print. Bolster looks good. Seat back looks good. No wear on the piping or anything like that. I mean, if there was some wear on the piping, I'd show you guys right now, but there's not. It looks good. Rubber floor looks tidy and nice. Under the dash looks really kind of factory appropriate, how it's supposed to look. No cracks in the dash as far as I can see. No cracks in the steering wheel at all. Just went around the steering wheel. Don't see one crack, nothing like that. I'm telling you, so look, this thing's like, this is finished. I mean, this is a turnkey vehicle right now. But the nice thing is, if you wanted to tinker, you could still tinker a little. You know, you could replace a few things. You know, go out in the garage and have a beer, change your mirrors out. You could go out in the garage, have a beer, and, you know, maybe, I don't know why you would, but you could change the vent out where some of the chrome cladding is kind of rubbed off of the vent just a little bit. You know, I wouldn't, but you could. There's a lot of little tinkering things you could do. The last thing you want to be tinkering with is replacing an entire dash, because it's probably expensive. I mean, it would not take any time at all for you to end up with thousands and thousands of dollars. And the worst possible scenario is you're working on stuff that disables your vehicle. Okay? So you're wanting to drive your car on a bluebird day, and this thing is completely, you know, dead in the water because all it needed was a whole new dash, and, you know, you have it tore out and you can't drive your car. This looks great. Got an aftermarket stereo. Could probably upgrade that a little bit. I don't know why somebody would have bothered putting that old thing in there. It doesn't appear to be original, but I'd put something nice in there if it was me. I'd probably put something nice in there, and there's no amp, I don't think. I'd throw an amp under the back seat and a couple other speakers, and I'd do this right. I'd jam out. This looks really tight. I mean, look at this. The dash here. Really, really nice. No issues whatsoever. I'm pretty pleased with this thing. Looks like maybe, I'll tell you what, I'm nitpicking here, but I'm going to go ahead and nitpick. I feel like this is a little lower in the window than it should be. I am being really annoying and nitpicking right now. I feel like this is a little lower in this little window in here, a little lower than it should be. I can still read it. I wouldn't mess with it if it was me, but just want to make sure everybody sees all these videos or sees everything I see. And I love talking, so you guys are getting it all right now. Let's look at the back here. So someone rhino lined the floor, like bed lining on the floor. Looks really nice. What's nice is it's not super heavy, so I can still see. It's a little dirty right now, but I can still see any if there was body work or metal work done, and I don't see that right now. So it looks really nice. Get your ashtrays back here in the seats. Decide to have a smoke while you're riding in the back seat. Back seat's in immaculate condition. I mean, absolutely perfect. And again, I'm crammed in here, guys. I don't want to make anybody motion sick, but this is definitely all original stuff. These are original, and they are in really good shape, these armrests. I imagine if I was to guess, in my experience, I'll bet that these are very difficult to find in good condition. I'll bet they are exceptionally difficult to find in this condition. So those are great. Pretty pleased with those. You know, we would see some, you know, maybe some body work here in here if there was bad work done. So I'm pretty stoked about this all the way around. Got some speaker wire back here that goes back to a little box in the back. Missing a lens over here, it looks like. I'm sure it's a pretty easy part to source. Up here, I would imagine that's another, like, what's missing there. I would imagine that's a like a clothes hook, like that, you know. Inside, keep in mind this whole roof's removable, which I think is awesome. And I actually like the idea of my head being covered, you know. But then again, I got a bald head, so I like the idea of my head being covered and having, you know, an open air vehicle then. All right, guys. I don't make anybody sick here. Love that sound of the door slamming nice and tight. Okay. Whoops. Old school. Nice. I'll never forget the day I had my kids in one of my classic cars when they were real young, and they were in the back seat, and they looked over and said, "Hey, what are those things?" And I said, "That's how you put the window up and down." And they were perplexed. So funny. Kids are cute. Tailgate looks great. Very unremarkable. I mean, we're going to look in all the usual suspect spots here for rust and stuff. I mean, this guy took this, whoever did this car, they took everything apart. Pardon me. Really nice. I mean, this could be like cheese on a lot of vehicles. Looks good. I can't wait to look underneath this thing, you know, and show it on a video. More bed lining, color-coded bed lining. Looks nice, very tidy. No body work that I can see whatsoever. All this stuff looks factory. And this looks great. I mean, really great. Yeah, I'm not much to make note of there. Nice stuff. The passenger door real quick. Then we'll wrap this up and I'll get it on the lift and we'll do a test drive. How about that? I'll do a test drive and then we'll get on the lift and go from there. Okay, passenger side door panel. Again, very unremarkable. I mean, all this looks nice. Original door panel looks good, or original styling at least. All this looks good. Oh, look at this right here. Told you, you're gonna see everything I see. I'm arm's reach away from the door right now, and I noticed this little bitty crack right there. It's actually pretty easy to make that like discreet looking even more. You can't, you know, there's like a vinyl repair person that could fix that pretty easy and make it look nice. Look at this. You could see this painted over on cars that were twice this value. I mean, twice this price. A $70,000 car, you could see, and they would have not done any of this kind of work. They'd painted over all this. I mean, this is a nice car. Let's look at the lower. Just got some junk coming out of the drip hole there. Some paper or something. This looks great. No issues there. Very nice. Little things. I mean, you know, it'd be fun, you know, you drink a beer out in your garage and replace these. I'm not saying they need replaced, but they you know, you could buy these brand new and they would look like polished aluminum. These are probably originals. I mean, judging by the little tings and stuff all over them, probably originals. Original seat belt housings and stuff. Passenger seat. I mean, guys, there's nothing to remark here at all. Very nice. Maybe a little bit of a wear on the piping of this one, but I mean, I don't know. You can't, it's not rubbed through. Again, with this seat interior, just looks so cool. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Check it out. Owner's manual and the build ticket. Nice. Build ticket right there. Paint code, light blue solid. Exactly what it's on the car. It's awesome. That's a big deal to have that. It really is. Awesome. Let's wrap this video up. I'll restart the video, another video. We'll take this thing for a rip and then pull it up on a lift. So, and then we'll get a little daylight walk around too. So, all right guys, Rich here, Collector Car Gallery, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Thanks so much for looking at our cars and for staying with me for this 20-minute video. Hopefully nobody needed to take some Dramamine afterwards, but this is how we do it here. So thanks guys, Collector Car Gallery, Fort Wayne, Indiana.